Am I the a-hole for kicking my sister and her boyfriend out and leaving them homeless? My male 28, sister female 22, and her boyfriend, or soon-to-be fiancé like everyone says, moved in with me 2 months ago after selling the last item they had to pay rent. Now, they have nothing except some useless old furniture and clothes. This may sound weird, but her boyfriend wears expensive watches and has the latest phone gadgets. Now, from what I understand, my sister says it's his mother's money, but his dad got fed up with him and kicked him out in 2019. I gave simple rules, like don't let the dog out, no seafood, I'm allergic to it, respect my neighbors, and do their part in chores. They agreed right away. I'm constantly busy with work, so I usually prepare meals at night to take with me the next day. My sister's boyfriend started eating my prepared meals at 1 in the morning while staying up all night. I discover it in the morning when I'm ready to go to work, and he eats almost the whole thing. It caused a huge problem for me, so I end up spending money on unhealthy fast food. I warned him several times about taking my prepared meals, but he complained that he doesn't cook and my sister won't cook for him. So I started leaving him with portions to eat. The problem was solved, but man, I was wrong. Thursday night, I prepared pizza, mozzarella, but didn't put some aside for him since he said he only likes tuna pizza. The next morning I was getting ready to go to work and saw the plate where I stored the pizza was half eaten and there were traces of tuna inside a box. I woke him up to see what the deal was. I decided to put tuna on my entire pizza before cutting it, but then fixed it and removed any tuna from the top and put the rest inside the box for me so I could eat it no problem. But there was tuna in there. I freaking lost my cool on him. And my sister jumped to his defense saying it wasn't such a big deal, and he forgot and fixed his mistake. So what? She was screaming in my face, giving me no chance to even explain why I was so mad. It's because I already stated I had seafood allergy, but he claimed I can't decide to ban tuna just because I don't like it. I yelled at him and said, disliking something is way different than being allergic to it, you moron. He took personal offense to being called moron and was started ranting about respect. I told him to pack and leave. No discussion, just go. I only wanted him out of my place, but my sister stubbornly said she goes too. I told her I don't give a damn, and she started crying, then they left. I haven't seen them, and I seriously think I messed up because I only took my sister in after my parents scared me about her ending up leaving homeless in her boyfriend's car. Since I spoke to them and told them they could either help or not be shocked when their daughter, my sister, lives in the car. I don't know why my parents haven't called, which is strange. I expected them to yell at me for contributing. Now for the top comments. Not the hell. You have very reasonable rules. You have very reasonable expectations. And for crying out loud, you have very good reason for avoiding seafood. Eating your roommate's food is rude as hell. But eating your gracious homelessness prevention landlord's food and covering it in something he's allergic to? Boy, bye. To reiterate, you are not why they are homeless. Their decision-making got them there, not you. Also, the boyfriend ranting about respect when he's the one who disrespects Obi. And it's something very disrespectful. Anyway, we all know why Obi is the one who take them in. Of course, he's the one who's gonna take them in. Not Day-Ho. It's no surprise his dad kicked him out. If your sister is homeless, it's by choice. She's the one trying to pull if he goes, I go too. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. You didn't make them homeless. They did it to themselves. Not Day-Ho. Tell your parents to take them in or help her, if they end up so worried about her living in a car. And if they won't, ask them why. She's their daughter. And this was not about pizza. This was about boyfriend's blatant disrespect of your rules, and more importantly, your allergies. Your sister decided to stick up for him, then take him to task for being disrespectful. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Not Day-Ho. This isn't over pizza. It's about freaking boundaries. And no wonder his parents kicked him out. He can't even cook for himself and manage. You being allergic to seafood is a big deal, and don't back down. You didn't kick them out over pizza. You kicked them out because sister's boyfriend was stealing from you. They're entitled brats and need to learn how to take care of themselves. Not the a-hole. Now for the next story. Am I the a-hole for kicking my mom out? My mother and I never really got along, and I'm definitely her least favorite kid. She never wanted a second child, but she doesn't believe in abortion, so she doesn't go above and beyond for me. My brother and I have an okay relationship, but he has a perfect life and a nice family, so I just kind of stay away because I'm jealous. A couple of months ago, I went hiking and a rock fell from the side of a hill and hit me in my face. I had a broken eye socket, a broken nose, and a broken arm. They reset my nose, but I was never able to breathe correctly, so I ended up having a surgery to fix it last week. I asked if my mother would be willing to drive me to the surgery center and stay with me for the surgery day because all my friends couldn't. It was going okay, until I finally got home and I just wanted to rest. She just kept lecturing me about little things. Then she started crying because my brother's dog died. I don't know why, maybe it was the painkillers, but I told her she's never cried or felt bad when something happens to me, and that I think it's better if she just went home. She told me I was ungrateful, and she was going to go where she was wanted. I guess she went to my brother's house because his wife messaged me about how mom came over so upset because I kicked her out, and how I really should apologize because she's just trying to help and don't let her help me. I feel bad because I think the painkillers made me overreact, because I already know she doesn't do things for me like she does for other people. But I also don't feel bad because even though I have to do everything by myself, I'm actually able to relax. My friends keep telling me not to worry about it and to focus on feeling better. Sadly, your friends are right. You just had a surgery following a severe accident, and she was needling you about how to live your life and crying over your brother's dog? That's awful. And she's a terrible mom. Any normal mom would just be loving and caring under those circumstances. Not today, Hull. Exactly. To add to this, Opie didn't kick her out. She said it would be better if she left. Even in this minor interaction, Opie's mom is relaying the story in a way that makes her the victim. Opie, I'm sorry your mom treats you like an interloper, but from what you wrote, you have friends that care about you. Stay strong and, if necessary, keep your mom at arm's length and let your sister-in-law know exactly why you have no need to apologize. Not today, Hull. 1, I hope you feel better soon. 2, she's being extremely insensitive. You just had a surgery done. If she wasn't willing to be very nice considering the fact you're probably worn down, at least don't give lectures and start crying. 3, you are in every right to kick her out. It is your house, and she was being insensitive and making a scene for no actual reason. 4, your sister-in-law can butt out. I bet mom told one heck of a sob story from her point of view. Not today, Hull. Message sister-in-law back and say, thanks for asking how I am post-surgery. I am in a lot of pain and alone, but lucky I have decent friends checking to see how I am. Sorry it didn't feel like a lecture from mother, and my family relationship is none of your business. I think my sister-in-law is very much like my mother. She's very judgmental and selfish. Saying anything to her about anything would be like saying it to my mother. And what is so wrong with that? Stand up for yourself. I don't really see a point. They don't really care about me, so I don't see the point in even saying anything. Every time I've said something in the past, I've gotten shut down. It's better to just keep my distance. Next story is titled, Am I the a-hole for not wanting to take my sister in? Some background. I, late 20 female, and my father, late 50 male, do not have the best relationship. He left me and my mother when I was small, disappeared, moved abroad, and when he contacted me again, he already had a new wife several years later. He never really cared about me, always paid child support late or not at all, some abuse also involved. When I finished uni, he told me I didn't achieve anything, that is just a stupid degree, and that's basically how he treated me. Well, now a few years later, we are civil. Also, he and his new wife had a baby called Alex, 7 female. Well, now Alex means everything to him, and he's proud daddy and all. He is all the time posting photos with her on trips and birthday parties, which I admit I hate, and it makes me the a-hole because she's just a child. He also calls her his perfect girl, something I was never able to achieve or make him proud whatsoever. 2 years ago, his mother died, and since he is not in country, she left her flat in the capital to me. He was kind of pissed, but there was not much he could do about it. Now to the problem. He called me to wish me happy birthday, We are on wishing happy birthday and name day terms. That's basically all communication. And immediately after wishing me, he changed the topic to my sister. That's something I'm used to. But this time he started to talk about how she would like to be a vet, and he has some friend who is a vet in my country, and when Alex is old enough to study, he would like her to come to my country and study here. Also, he would like her to go for practice to his friend. By chance, his friend lives near my old grandma's flat where I currently live. Here comes the problem. My father told me when my sister was old enough, he would like her to come live with me so I could take care of her when she studies. Or if I move out of the flat, he would like me to give her the flat since I won't longer use it, so she has place to stay, and it used to be his mother's. I refused and told him there was no way I am gonna take care of his bratty offspring in her 20s, and I'm not gonna give her the flat because I plan to rent it out, unless he wants to pay the rent in full because I wanted to use the money to pay mortgage for a house. He called me Nahal because I don't want to take care of my own family, and for not wanting to give her the flat and got for free. I ended the call and I haven't spoken with him since. So am I the a-hole for not wanting to take care of my sister? She actually hasn't done me any harm, but she's a spoiled brat because she's allowed everything by both of her parents, and I really don't want to deal with that. Also, I admit I am jealous because she has all of my father's attention I wanted when I was small, which makes me the a-hole because again she is just a child and it is not her fault. Now for the comments. He called me an a-hole because I don't want to take care of my own family. Lol, he left you and your mother when you were young, but now you are an a-hole for not wanting to take care of his family? Not an a-hole. He's just looking to dump his child on someone else, and you were an easy target. Well done standing up for yourself. And you being jealous of your sister isn't an a-hole move at all. It's really understandable. She is being offered exactly what you wanted. It's completely normal to feel jealous of that. It's not your fault, but it isn't yours either. Thank you for saying that. I always feel weirdly left out when I see some photos of them, and I am jealous about her. And I cannot say I hate her, but I feel weird about her. Like she stole something from me. But it makes me feel terrible because I am an adult and I shouldn't feel like that about a child. Not an a-hole. It's your flat and you have no obligation to share it with anyone, family or not, and certainly not rent-free. You owe him nothing after what he did to you. Also, he's getting super far ahead of himself. He's planning way too far ahead based on something a 7-year-old has said she wants as a career. Tomorrow she may want to be an astronaut. The next day she may want to be a cat. It's crazy he's even bringing this up with you. Actually, even if she keeps wanting to be a vet, I believe his friend is gonna be retired by the time she's gonna go to uni. Not a a-hole. Your dad needs to remember that you're his daughter too, and the flat didn't end up yours because you're some stranger. You have too much misplaced anger targeted at this child. I understand your jealousy, but it doesn't sound like you actually even know this kid. Make sure you remember that and don't lash out at her directly as she grows up. I'm not saying you owe her anything, I'm just saying don't vilify her. It's not her fault, it's your father's. That is true. I don't know her at all and I don't feel anger towards her. Jealousy, yes, but I would never lash out on her or call her out for it. After all, she's just a child, and I feel really bad for having these feelings, but I can't help it. Under the surface, I know it's not her fault. It just hurts, and I don't want to have a relationship with her even if I'm an a-hole for it. Now for the last story. Am I the a-hole? Father is homeless and I refuse to bail him out. Good evening, AITA Reddit. I am in the midst of a moral crisis, and I turn to you all for outside judgment. Some background. Growing up, my father was a night security guard and never made more than 10 an hour. He has had cars repossessed, didn't pay rent almost costing us our homes growing up, a chronic liar, and has stolen money from family, his brothers, myself, and my siblings. When my mother worked up the courage to leave him, he had an abusive streak. He fell apart. Since then, my father has for the last 10 or so years been what is essentially an employed homeless man. He bounces from job to job, never staying anywhere or any job for too long, maybe a year or so, before moving on to his next great idea. On more than a few occasions, this lifestyle of his had led to him winding up penniless and jobless, and in turn comes to his kids for money. I have in more than one occasion sent him money, bought bus tickets, or paid for him to fly from out of the country back to the US to start over. He at one point lived in my living room back in 2013. And this brings me to the current day. He called me the other day to tell me he was jobless and homeless in the US Virgin Islands and needs money. His brother, my uncle, had told me this call was coming because he gave him money a week or so before, and my sister did the same. So I told him no, I wouldn't give him any money, but I'd fly him back to the States. He just had to tell me where. He asked me to come to my home. Having done this before, I knew it meant I'd have to kick my dad out again, and simply told him that it was impossible. My wife is pregnant and my work schedule keeps me away. So I pay for him to fly to St. Louis, where we're originally from. This starts a fight with my wife and siblings who say he's taking advantage of me because he knows I won't say no to him. I told him this was the last time I'd help him, and any other requests of money and needing help would result in me cutting off all contact with him. I cannot shake that I am abandoning him, despite all the lies, his abuse, and proof that he won't change. He is my dad, and I'm consciously deciding to leave him to whatever outcome his decisions lead him to. So, am I the a-hole? And if I'm not, why do I feel like one? You're the a-hole. Not for cutting him off, but for wasting money that should go to your wife and baby on this loser. He chose to have a kid. This does not put you in debt to him. Time to put your family first. As a last handout, flying dad back to mainland US is probably the best thing Opie could have done. The job prospects will be better, especially with so many low-wage employers begging for workers right now, and the cost of living is lower. The key point is that Opie needs to stand firm from here. The job market is crazy right now for typical low-wage workers. I saw a sign at Taco Bell in a small town with low cost of living, offering $14 per hour in paid vacation time. I've never heard of paid vacation fast food. Not a hole. This is a really tough situation. But you don't owe him anything. He is toxic and abusive. It would be a different story if he has actually changed as a person, but he hasn't. Kindly you're the a-hole to yourself, wife, and child. Your dad isn't going to change. The only thing that can change is how you respond to him. You can love him and not support him financially. His family have funded his adventures because he can't/won't hold down a job. Ask yourself, do you want your child to experience their granddad this way? Will your child become part of his family finance system? You aren't letting your dad down. He is letting you down. You're the a-hole. You and your family need to quit enabling this guy to keep living off you and your charity. He will never become responsible for his own actions because he knows that he can keep coming back to you guys all the time and you'll keep bailing him out. If I was married to you, I'd be angry that you keep paying to fly him back to the States too, time after time, because it's ridiculous you keep falling for his crap. The man is a loser, and he needs to hit rock bottom and dig himself out of his own hole for a change.